St. Peter, how we doing? Type shit. I see y'all. I'm David Donnick. It's nice to meet you all. I heard we have a bachelorette party here, right? Yeah, happy holy matrimony, I think. I like how bachelorette parties, like, love gets women ready to shake ass in the club for like 24 hours straight, you know? I love it, man. I'm David Donnick. It's nice to meet you all. I'm a teacher right now. I teach in Chicago public schools on the South Side. Thank you. Yeah, I hate these bitch-ass kids, so let's not get too loud, okay? It's weird for me to say that I'm a teacher because I really don't look like one. I look like an evil villain in a rollerblading movie. You know? I do teach in Chicago public schools right now. I teach out on the South Side. I teach at an all-black school. I'm sorry, that's not true. We have like one Eminem, but we don't talk about him until the album drops, you know? But we look alike, so every day the kids are like, Mr. Donnick, is he your son? I'm like, he's not my son, but he's my boy. I love Kevin, man. I'm an English teacher right now. I have to teach English. I had to teach Romeo and Juliet this year, which was fun. I always have to hard sell Romeo and Juliet to the kids because teenagers just hate old Shakespeare, right? So I try to make it relate to them. Up top, I'm like, y'all don't understand. Romeo and Juliet, it's just a story of two kids spitting game. They're like, oh, word, Mr. Donnick? I'm like, fuck, let me cook. Romeo and Juliet, it's like two gangs who hate each other. It's the BDs and the GDs. And they're like, what you know about that, Mr. Donnick? I'm like, I got ops everywhere. Next question. I'm like, Romeo and Juliet, in the end, all their parents want to do is kill each other. And then one kid in the back is like, that's like my family. Now I have to do paperwork. So what? What's the point? But I try to get them to use old Shakespeare, right? Because all the research says if they use the language, they know the content, right? So they're practicing. And I'm standing at my door one day, letting kids out. A kid walks out, and he goes, Mr. Donnick, I've been practicing my Shakespeare. I'm like, shoot your shot, King. See, you know, what happens, you know? He sees his girlfriend at the end of the hallway, and he walks up to her, and he just goes, ha ha, wherefore art thou my bitch? That's like a C+, dude. I don't know where that ends, right? But they don't know all the words. So one day I'm teaching Romeo and Juliet. Kid didn't know a word. I was like, all good, big pimp. I don't remember their names all the time. I was like, hey, man, look it up in the dictionary, right? So he runs to his computer. He opens up. He looks it up. I look over his shoulder. This kid looked it up on urbandictionary.com. I was like, dude, Urban Dictionary is just for white people who got a new black friend. Like, Siri, what does the word finna mean? It means you finna lose a friend. Like, that's what it means, dude. I like teaching, though. I taught English. I also taught a new class this year. I taught a senior seminar class, which was all dedicated to helping kids figure out what they want to do when they graduate, right? So I'm in the middle of teaching, and one day a girl, she raises her hand. I go over to her. I'm like, what's up, homie? And she's like, you know, Mr. Donnick, I don't know their names. I know I said this. She was like, I'm trying to go to a music school. Do you have any suggestions? I was like, dude, that is a great question. My girlfriend went to a music school. She studied classical saxophone. You could go here, here, or here. And as soon as I said my girlfriend, her and all the other kids at the table just squinted their eyes and tilted their heads at me. And I was like, what are we looking at right now, gang? And finally one kid broke and he goes, I'm sorry, Mr. Donnick. We thought your ass was gay this whole time. I walk away out of the corner of my eye. I see one kid slide another kid a $5 bill at the table. And I'm like, dude, betting on my sexuality is a lot like betting on the Bears right now because it's a risk, but I'll cover the spread, you know? It is what it is, man. I'm a young teacher too. I'm 27, right? So, you know, we fresh. I don't know. I'm kind of getting old. I know I'm getting old because I had to increase the font size on my text messages the other day. I felt like such a boomer. I was like, that's better. Fuck me. It's over, isn't it? But being a young teacher, kids are always really in tune with your emotions. And I was teaching class one day and a girl interrupts me and she goes, I'm sorry, Mr. Donnick, but you've been really mean to us this week. Did you get broken up with? How did you know, dude? Are you on her side of the breakup? What's going on? This is true. I was dating someone who was polyamorous, which, I don't know, I look like I don't know how to spell that, you know? But she broke up with me because she was entering a throuple with 2 other dudes, which getting dumped for 1 dude sucks, but getting dumped for 2 dudes feels like I wasn't invited to a birthday party. But I have a girlfriend now. I let slip that I have a girlfriend now, and the kids freaked out in class, and they were asking me about her. They stopped class, and their big question was, Mr. Donnick, is your girlfriend black or white? You don't want to know if she's, like, thick or anything? And I was like, she's white, and they got so sad. They were like, we lost a good one. No. I like these kids, man. They're goofy, they're fun, they're whimsical. I'm a young teacher, and because of that, the kids mess with me all the time. You know, like I'm standing at my door one day, and all the time these kids just try to get me to buy their weed. And all the time I'm like, I could go to the den and be fine. Y'all hoes tripping. I'm standing in the hallway one day and a kid rolls up on me and he's like, Mr. Donnick, I got some weed that you and your white friends might like. So I start to push back on him. I'm like, dude, I could probably buy better weed from a crackhead on the red line because at least it has crack in it, you know? 2 for 1. I'm a bargain shopper. And he got real defensive about that. He was like, nah, Mr. Donnick, you don't understand. I got that 95th Street Goo Goo Gaga Zuzu Zaza. It'll knock you on your ass. I bought that weed immediately, dog. I love a good salesman. I took 1 hit of that weed. I finally understood the kids. I was like, maybe homework is a little gay. Un poquito. I like teaching. I do like my job. Kids shit on the kids all the time. I'm very humbled this year. We got our yearbooks back at the end of the year, and I won coolest teacher of the year this year, which was dope. Thank you. I know, man. It was awesome. I only won because I joined every gang in the building. I'm now a King Crip disciple, and my Google Calendar is so full. That's a joke. Gang members don't use Google Calendar. It would be very funny, like me on a Zoom call with a bunch of dudes in ski masks, and I'm like, where are we linking, fellas? So silly. They would shoot me through the screen. I know what I look like. The kids were actually trying to hype me up. They were trying to give me a gang name, and I was like, hold on, you gotta like give me an example first, right? One kid scampered up to me, and he was like, Mr. Donnick, my gang name is Thug Zanny. And that was when I realized gang names are just Xbox gamer tags we say out loud to each other, you know? But I was like, what are we gonna call me, guys? And they like huddled and came back, and they're like, we're gonna call you Pills, because you look like every white drug dealer on Netflix, Mr. Donnick. I mean, by God, I got that plug, so do really be like that. Yeah. I like that I can just exist in silence, and you guys are like, I like the kids. They're because I work with teenagers. I don't code switch, but I use their lingo all the time, and it's been seeping into my regular vocabulary too much. Like this is absolutely true. I was at the grocery store, and the lady was like, "That'll be like $20.75," and I just said, "Type shit" as I scanned my card. And I was like, that's not in my vocabulary. I'm sorry, lo siento. I was at a Cermak. We have a pretty big migrant problem here in the city. Sorry, I like them. It's just, you know what I mean. We're all woke here. Hey. But I randomly, during the school year, I got 2 kids who were from Venezuela. They're super awesome. Actually, one kid, I was like, oh, de donde eres, right? Where are you from? And he was like, Cuba. And I was like, that's suspicious. What do you mean you're from Cuba? And then I saw him on the baseball field. I was like, he's definitely from Cuba. He's so... Dude, this kid's so good at baseball. My little league dreams could never be him. But because I have these 2 Spanish kids, right, or they speak Spanish, they're pushing the boundaries of like my basic white guy Spanish now. So like in the middle of a class, I'm like, oh yeah, ¿cómo estás? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Está aquí. Crushing it. And then that's all I know. Like I didn't teach them the rest of the year. I just pointed them to the library and I was like, figure it out, S Libros, you know? Type shit. I like being a teacher, man. It's cool. It's weird for me to teach English because I can't read. I hate reading so much. There's like a stack of books on my desk that I've been trying to get through for years, and then it's just never gonna happen. I actually, one of the books I had to teach was this year. You know what? Whatever. I'm skipping that joke. Fuck it. It's over. It's over and it's done with. I don't talk like that. I'm sorry. You guys have been so fun, so nice. We have one marriage in here. Everybody else is sad and alone. That's okay. No, I will get out of here on this one. I got really close with my seniors this past school year, which was dope. A lot of them reached out on Instagram or like checking in, right? Before they went to college, I told them, hey, I'll look at any of your writing, right, if you want me to proofread anything. And this is true. This girl reaches out to me and she goes, Mr. Donnick, can you please look at this? And I was like, absolutely. What is it? This girl sends me a 3-paragraph breakup text to look over. And I swear to God, my favorite line from it was, Keontae, I just don't fuck with you no more. I'm a Leo and I need to roar. And I read that and I was like, speak yo truth, bitch! Thank you, I'm David Donnick. Have a good night.